Okay, I'm live. Yes. So usually people ask you to do things with a purpose, with a objective in mind. Like you have to answer these questions at school and learn things because you have to take care of yourself and you have to be a person. You have to fulfill all these things. Sorry, I have to look at the camera and do all these things. So they ask you questions about math, and they ask you questions about English, history, all kinds of things. You know, you answer, you have to be the best. You're conditioning yourself to be part of this existence. Well, this video has nothing to do with that. I mean, this live recording is just a way to test the expression, this experience of media and video, which we never had in the past. We never had anything like this for no particular reason. Like, psychologically, you can say, well, it's to look at yourself, capture moments, stream markings, and you can, okay. YouTube is, giving me tips on what to do right now while this video is wrong, with this live recording is wrong. And you don't need like a specific direction, but you do take a direction, and that's a bit of what I'm talking about, the emotional mind, this emotional experience you're being you are, and you just go through life experiencing things, and that happens mostly, in art class or in school as well. In general, you just go to school experiencing, I'm trying to call it like experiencing things in the moment of the light, everything that happens in the moment. And they tell you, well, draw. You're going to draw your mom. You have to draw something. Draw. Do it. You decide which hand you're going to use. I think the age you have is like 3 years old, 2 years old. And you're there. You start drawing. You pick this hand or this hand. You start drawing. And you're living in this moment is happening. I'm sorry if the volume is too strong. The microphone moment is happening. It's just there. Okay, you're doing the best as you can, around the particularities of the emotional mind, this emotional being, and you're just there drawing this. So we start this video by telling you that there's no specific thing to this. It's Mother's Day, and soon, I think, or here in Costa Rica, and this particular song, May 15 of this month, is Mother's Day. So I'm making this beautiful drawing for my mom when you were a kid. And there you are, right? This is the objective in this particular moment. But right now, I'm just gonna remain here, sitting and standing and doing particularly nothing, just nothing. And that's what I will be doing for the rest of my life, actually. So, in order to relax my body and just live in this particular moment, I wear these garbs, these blue and like this self-therapist for myself. And I recommend we put yourself in the most comfortable position you can, okay? Just relax your body. Maybe this is a position. It is a good position for you. The neck to the back. So I'll be using very profile positions and frontal positions, so you can look at me. You can look at what the light's not happens this way, or how this is. You can put any position comfortable. Standing, please, while standing, because in this position we're gonna align our bodies. We're gonna fix our bodies a little bit. So I'm not straight to the camera. I'm gonna put the camera a bit like this. Now I can feel more straight to it, and just relax. I like this position. One hand grabs the other, and you can switch to see what's happening, or you're all joined like this. You just relax. You feel relaxed in your body. And there's no particular reason to exist, to be or do anything, and that's what I believe. for the rest of my life, not doing anything for any reason at all. So, but I have a direction in this. Don't worry. Like Buddhists have a form of meditation and structure of chants and things, and words and readings. I have my own structure, so I've developed my own structure of life, of living my life, which is not perfect. I'm always learning. Experience. Start relaxing, feeling. So I try to speak softly. I don't know the volume of my microphone, so I didn't even check that properly. So I'll go check my microphone volume. It's pretty loud. So I try to speak softly. Just relax. Be as genuine as you can in life. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be anything in this particular moment. And people will call you crazy. And why don't you do anything in life? I don't have anything to do. I don't know why I should do something in life. Politics. Anything. It's like a halo on my head, and I'm just living a moment. I'll be doing music. I've been writing better music, don't worry. In my past music, in my past recordings. I'll be doing things, exercise today in this video. So relaxing the body, The moment of megabytes of data, file size, of server condensation, of expression occurring on YouTube and my PC, and so of silence, of night, the world, and so the universe, so much, almost. It's almost too much. But it's okay. It's beautiful. It's creation, it's existence. This grass, this land, this house, this experience. We would never imagine this would have happened. But it had to happen. So we're finding a center, as we can see in this process of emotion. The emotional mind does not need a reason, but it intuitively it finds a center, like with the light or with the body or with the physical body of a yogi. It finds a center line, a position to relax. I even find a position where my hands rest and I can relax my whole shoulders. And this is wrong. But I'm okay with my spine is like very aligned because I'm conscious of all that, and I'm trying to do it with the mirror, So the mirror of this camera is helping me to have a better look at my life, and my body, first of all. It's never too much. I feel like I flexed my knees a little bit and I found a little angle between my sacrum, the occipital protuberances called the surface, on my head, and my feet. There's some anatomy. And I found on the light, and I found some balance into that. You think I can help with the light by turning off this light? Oh no, it's still very dark in my house. Yeah, I'll work on it. But there's never enough time. Sorry, there's never too much time, too much of of my body, of myself, and that's part of the emotional being, emotional mind. Does not have any rush or any need or anything, any idea of what's happening, or maybe it has, but it doesn't need to mind to worry about it. This emotional mind just finds a center, like I'm doing right now, whether through a video, a knife, alone, any time, finds a center. And doesn't matter how much time it takes. The emotional mind is very clumsy, and then that's why as a individual, a person is not so intellectual. Okay, well, reaching the other side is duality of people who can have an intellectual mind and an emotional mind. Okay, people who have like capability to speak with themselves alone, like I'm doing right now, even on a video, on a camera, like it's the year 2000, and you just press record, you speak. And people who have a more intellectual mind and a more other kinds of approach to life and people around them. It's intense as well. So the intellectual mind is super quick, like the math and school and life, and I used to have a little bit of intellectual, but now in this emotional state, you just take your time. You don't worry about anything. Just flow with the experience. You don't worry much about anything. Not even if you don't have a center, eventually you try to find a center. Like you're thirsty, you're going to drink some water. You're very dry. You're hungry, you eat something, and you feel this need of center, being dressed, doing something, following, and the center follows a direction. Like the center point spreads into directions, into literal paths that we walk through life. Like I'm going to go to this place. I wake up, I drink, I eat, I do this. So these are the directions we're taking. The emotional mind doesn't reveal much, but to feel this experience, it is inside of so just relax. Just does as best as it can, whatever it can do. I like to just go hiking in the night or in the day in the middle of the forest, in the jungle. I live in a jungle right now in the mountains. I describe a bit of this panorama. And there I walk and I dig and I find things and I just plant trees and seeds and collect water and drink some water, make fire. I collect wood sometimes. Not I don't cut the wood. I'm such a pacifist that I collect the wood that has fallen and I consider good enough. Or little branches I bring those home. And they were speaking a very social, more political experience of my life. What I do with this nature, with this life. That's what I do. I exercise my body. I feed some birds, which I will show later in other videos, or perhaps later in this life. I do this routine like everybody else. And you become, you go to work, but my routine becomes every day, as with this 30 years, more and more simple, more and more simple. I don't do anything very complicated in that sense. I have addictions. I smoke as well, cigarette and tobacco, and maybe I eat some candy, sugar, chocolate, yeah, and cereal. And I'm very skinny, nonetheless. And I exercise, yes, as I told you, I carry heavy weight. As I said, I carry very heavy weights of soil, of wood, of material. that I need some preparation for some kind of center. So even if my intellectual mind is not very developed, so I go through this life and I don't engage with people. I haven't seen anybody, or well, I've seen some people, but I haven't talked to anybody who's real and honest. Be friends with anybody in 12 years, 10, 12 years. Nice. Pandemic also. And before pandemic, I was into this. And then this was happening, this curve of time where I've always been here, standing here, sitting there in the floor, which I'll show you later, and looking into myself or the wall on the computer or nature, all this time developing the center of emotion, this experience. Now you can do it live. Going around into mountains, things you wouldn't imagine, swimming in the middle of the ocean. I've been camping in the woods without nothing, not even a knife, nothing, no food, nothing, just these clothes and shoes and nothing. 5 days there. I remember I did 5 and then rest, and then I did 5 more, and then I went out of the woods and I went somewhere else, and then I went back in the woods without anything. 5 more days. We're doing this experience, what it's like to just flow with life. And my family, of course, people, but you should not be like that. Don't care. Just let life go. The same thing over and over. I've been telling you. It's the same thing. I haven't stopped. I'm sorry. I haven't stopped saying the same thing. I'm sorry, but it becomes like the center function. What is this video about? It's nothing. In this preparation of movement, of exercise, of activities, chess. I've been playing chess too. A lot of chess, losing, even getting banned for losing too much because they think I'm some cheater, smurfing. I have some energy. Chess.com. No, I'm just really bad, dude. And some days I win a lot, and some days, well, I lose 10, 20 times. And I'm not cheating. So. Just staring I wake up in the morning, stare at the horizon. This has been for the past 3-4 years. Anxiety as well, because sometimes animals and people trying to break into things around the farm, these areas, and then you work there. Life puts you things, of course. Thunders and earthquakes here in Costa Rica, and repairs at the house, and so you're there fixing the moment. As required for me to move in some sort of way and relieve my pain inside, or physically or mentally, emotionally, and to move like find a movement, something to do. So I just start by squatting. Like before I set to these exercises or things, you start with like squatting now. And they do like the Indian squat, like the super Indian squat. It's super great, super simple in squat. And you don't have to count. You go through the direction of life, yes. So when you do exercise like a fitness coach trainer, I'll do this, and then I'll do abs, and then I'll do this, and then I'll do. What I'll show you today, calisthenics, without no equipment, like the titles usually say. I'll edit the title later. But there are no bands, there are no weights, there's nothing. We're really gonna do nothing. And you're gonna say this is bad for your shoulder, bad for the triceps. You have to lift, and you'll do that later. You find a way to adapt into that later. I'll show some videos later. Perhaps well, I'll show you perhaps later what I can use. You want to change stances like leverage, close legs if it's more comfortable. You just want to keep going at it with no real purpose, but you know that this helps you work better and react better and do better things. It gets you healthier, like the advertisement says, this will make you healthier. Well, it's true. But an emotional mind has no idea of how to win life. So there will be preparation, there will be this experience of living, but there will be no living. Actually, there will be no objective, intellectual, mental, verbal experience. So intellectual people usually or intellectual emotionalists half. They go through life, they live meeting people, girls, women, and hey, can I have your number and all of this. They think of things when they relate with people and talk. The emotional mind has no idea of anything. Like when I see somebody, it's a person. And that's how my mind processes. I have a great memory because I went to college, I've developed some great memory skills. I can memorize 32 pages on one read. Anything you tell me in your face and for life and every experience. I developed great memory, but intellectual skills or social skills are something intellectual people are doing. Emotional mind has to live. I just look at people. This emotional mind knows that there is no need for anything. And even if I don't have anything and I have some anxiety for things, I don't need anything. In the experience, I have emotions, and I get like different tone of voices and things and expressions and ways of being, and so I have to adapt or sort of cope or flexibilize this mental or emotional, physical experience. So I use breathing. Which works well for me. And you must say that this guy has autism, he's ADHD, potentially. Yes, the emotional mind is very bound with this autistic ADHD. So now the breathing makes me speak better, makes me feel better, move better, more fluidly, without shaking, without anxiety or tiredness. And it balances, well, not only, I don't speak chakras, but my cardiovascular and my blood rate. And so this is important for me, this fast breathing, which looks weird outside. Of course, you ought to do it in the house, in a place where you're all alone and you're not going to disturb anyone. So I just keep quiet and doing. The emotional mind has no need for discussing or questioning or reaching objective things, just adapting. So direction, like fitness coach, they'll tell you do this and do that and do this because we're preparing a body. So okay, let's do squats. Now we can do like 10 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You calm your thing in the mind, and this becomes like a daily life process of exercise, of being in the moment, like feeling your breath. You don't have to count numbers, but you can count breath or time, or you don't have to count. Sometimes you can do 12 or as many as you can, 8. You don't need to do 10, you can do 6. You just do, You don't need, I don't follow a pattern of like, you have to stretch and do this and do that. No, I just relax and shake the body, put the hands on the back, do this soft twist, my knee like crack them, and just relax. And then you just say, well, I'll do 10 push-ups. So I think I can be seen in the camera here. I'll do some push-ups, like random number of push-ups. Yeah, do 10. I can do more, but I don't need to do more. Then I say like direction, right? I'm gonna drink a glass of water. You feel much better when the exercise, the water, the meditation. This is not your average Lama speech. I just you just stand here and be yourself. This is what I do. Just standing my thing, my experience. So the thing I do is I lift some weight, It's all like warming up my body and preparing me mentally for some kind of awakening physical experience, yes, without steroids, right? Without shredded body or anything. No. What's that? We're more prepared and physically ready and stronger. We can be very objective about it, not just substantial meditation, but stronger version of yourself. Okay, which you do it. Well, some people do it. They lift weight. So I lift this 15, 18 kilograms weight, not too heavy for your strong person kind of guy, Like 20 kilo, I don't know how much. I know this cannot be more than 25 or 20. Like, it's just heavy for me because I'm weak. See, it's kind of experience you go to mentally. But it's prepared. I'll put the clock back. Then it will break back in the position there outside. And don't put it in cycles. It was kind of access for. Now I just lift knees, not too fast, just relax. And just lift the knee. And imagine you're walking. Yes, try to imagine you're walking around. Because I can't go walking, but with a live camera, because I don't have that camera yet. But just imagine you're walking around through a mountain, through a very uphill path. And you have to incline yourself upwards. There. Now you're going downwards as well. So you, and you, when you go downwards, I go faster, rather than going downwards a mouse. So I'm going down a mouse. And I'm going there. Now flex to my knees. Because I know I need to prepare my knees, this calves and this muscle. I'm going down the mountain. Imagine you're going down the mountain. You're down that mountain and you're tired. Like so you're standing on the mountain and keep walking down. I'm going back. No. Now you have to go up. You take a rest and you have to go up, back again, up. So you go back up. You know you're tired, so you can't just go running upwards because you're gonna gas out. But then you go down again. And there's no reason in that. But then you go up again. It's called fall. And you think you see back the trail you did of life, sorry. And when you go in your car, you do a 2-hour drive to the beach or somewhere. And you're, wow, all the time traveling, right? You went on that airplane all the time, 6 hours, then you remember all those scenes that you did of travel. Travel. And you're still going up the mountain. And they're going up the mountain. And I start to set my strength in there. And I'm jumping through the mountain, up the mountain always. And I see the light of the moon and the stars. I go up the mountain. I go, wow, what a great experience to be alive up the mountain. And I see my house, the house of the people, see the lights like a museum, but I can't show you, not today. And it's very nice. It's very nice. Silence everywhere. So I want to reach my house, I go really fast up. Oh, jumping. Up there here. And then the last five steps to get into this area. Wow. And I'm up. Open the door. Here. Back. To the video here. To the computer attack. And I drink another. Take a breath. Catch my breath. Oh, of the mouth. Now I say, well, I'm gonna do some abs. Get into it. And I decided to take this place really far away. And just do some abs. And you practice some kind of direction. No. This is my direction for the past 5 years, 6 or so. This over and over. We're gonna practice star step. We're gonna minus star of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 direction, yes. 8 direction star. And you're gonna do this kind of footwork where you're gonna 1, 2. You're gonna design a star as you move through the plane. Okay? And it looks like this a bit fast. While jump. Okay? There's nothing complicated about it. You're going through a tempo. Tum, 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 tum. And you can also enter one footlet. I mean, cross the steppings, but you shall not repeat them again until you finish the damn start. The start, sorry, I'm on the words. Now you're gonna add a more conscious step, a front, back, left, right, diagonal to the same star direction. Okay. Okay. And I'm drawing frontal lines. And with this back leg, I'm drawing this back lines on the side lines as well. But the side line can reach a point and then also go back to another line. The idea is to break in the center point. Because this is your stopping force. Now we guide explosively to another point of another position. So another point of the area now. I'm going to focus on doing that now in the mind, always in the mind as you move, always having consciousness of the direction of your spatial awareness. We're still going front and back. Front and back. It looks like it. I'm trying to form a middle line between this side and this side, where I'm conscious of stopping before crossing of myself and my movement, instead of overrunning myself all the time, or instead of overstepping into life all the time, you know? There's no problem in how slow you live life or do things. You know. You'll feel some value out of it. Jumping jacks, all kinds of things. And you rest. You can just sit down in a position now. Finally, you can sit down. Finally, I can sit down. Once you sit down, you can feel the whole planet. You can feel the whole universe, every country, every image comes to you. You can see the whole universe, the galaxies, the aliens, and dimensions and shapes and all kinds of things. And you relax. The forest, people, you can see people, the forest, animals, if you like animals. Or maybe you don't see anything, right? Maybe you see all pitch black and just a white light, right? Just white or nothing. Maybe you see yourself or two eyes, or you see your eyes, or you see like a face, like balls, or little dots everywhere, right? You see little dots everywhere. Whatever you're seeing, just watch it. Just take a look at it for a moment with me. Pitch black, anything. Pitch black, right? It has to have some black in there, right? It has some black. And now, keep looking at it. Keep looking. And now, I don't know what you're seeing, but it can be black, white, a ball, light, whatever you see. Now say, well, I will say, be gone, erase, 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 be gone. And you can say, thank you. You can say, wow, whatever you want to say, but now I will say, be gone, erase. I don't want you. If whatever word, these three words from it, I don't want you. I don't need you. And it disappeared. The lotus flower, so the lotus flower, whatever you were seeing is gone. It disappeared. The waterfall, the vision, the ball, the light, anything you were seeing is gone right now. So for me right now, I was seeing something like lights and people and things, Buddha and shapes and be gone, like the line. And now it's all black. And all I see little be gone. As I say more be gone, erase. My mind is becoming every time more black. Not even the light of the room. Nothing. I not see nothing. Not be gone. Not even the screen. No. I like all black, polished, and I have control of this. emotion and experience of life. Some bit, some not all, but a little bit in this moment of time. No share, no formation, no light. I don't want to see no white. Be gone. The more I'm conscious, there it is. It is a surface, a canvas of my pure, clean mind. It is not polluted. It is not believing. It is just feeling this abstract life experience. I am. Okay. It's just me trying to erase the surface. And all I see now is my body. And now what I want to see with my closed eyes is the room. I want to see the room. I know the wall is here. I open my eye a little bit. I don't want to crash, but I know this is the door. There is a wall here, the floor, the computer, the table. The table. I could touch it without breaking anything. And I feel it in the guitar. And I want to see life, the entirety of life, my everything, with closed eyes. With this exteroception capability to see life. And I have control of this. This is life around me. The plants and everything, the moon. The moon is right here. If it's 12, it's 2 a.m. in the morning, so it's it's right here. Here. So everything is becoming conscious of this image experience. But in my space, it's white. I mean, like blank or completely clean. Completely solid white. And my hands, right now. And that's all I want. I don't want shapes. I want to have control of this experience. White, all blank, forever. Very clean, no waves, no little line, no little dots, no, all white. Or black sometimes it can be, make it black or just right now it's like this. It's been You see, it's your mind always conditioned in life, always looking for this direction of life. So life is now, we'll have 1 hour of experience. Life became now a practice. I walk to something, like I go to the work and I make money and I do things and I rest. Life is a progression or a sequential algorithm or sequential, like one thing after the other. Like I drink serve water and then I drink the water and everything very sequential, okay? And being aware of this, and I do this progress of walking or doing the things, and I take a rest. Then you do rest, okay? And you're becoming an expert, so to say, in doing and resting. You're gonna do, then you're gonna rest. You're becoming an expert in this domain of how much I do and how much I rest. And then I just do leisure and doing or nothing, right? And then how much I do again, okay? And you're in this constant experience. That's life altogether. So if you put a functional experience or an objective, what a form of life is doing and rest. And then your intellect and your emotion, being your perception of life, your interaction with this life and yourself in this experience becomes one whole thing. Where you don't have to do anything. not much, but your best that you can. And the emotional mind is not bad, emotional experience is not bad, but one that just sometimes it does too much, sometimes it works without rest. And it feels, it's one of the things it does, it constantly feels. ever, for no reason at all. So that's all for today, and stream. And tomorrow or some other time, I'll continue doing other things. We will continue doing all more things in your stream, yes.